Hi everybody, this is Felicia and I am here today with my video for Art Party Friday. So what I'm going to be doing today is getting into making some 3x4 and 4x6 cards. And so I have my stamps here, I have my daubers here, I have my stencils, some of them, and I have my inks. And I also have washi tape, which is over to the side, and a bunch of little tiny embellishments here that I might be using on the 3x4 cards and the 4x6 cards. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it because I needed to create my own cards for a layout that I'm going to, or not a layout, but for a PL spread that I'm going to be doing. So I decided to make my own cards for that week. And so if you have any questions or anything like that and want to know what techniques I'm doing or whatever, just leave a comment at the bottom and I will get to that comment as soon as I can. So now with that said, I'm going to get on to making my cards. So I'm going to cut this cardstock is a 80-pound cardstock, and I'm going to be cutting it up into 2 4x6s and 3 3x4 cards, because those are the Project Life, sizes that I use in my Project Life album. So once I get those cut up, then I'm going to go ahead and show you how I am going to decorate the cards for the Project Life album. Well, okay, so now I am going to start here on the first 3x4 card, and I'm going to start with some washi tape, and I'm going to be putting the washi tape diagonally across this card because I'm making a card that I need to, that I want to have just a different look of diagonal. And I'm actually eyeballing this. I am not measuring, you guys, because I just don't measure things. I kind of try my best to eyeball it, and I like how it looks so far. So now I'm going to take some of these inks here from our Ranger here, and I love these little guys. And I am going to dip my dabber in there and color some of these areas here with the ink. As you can see, I am covering the area that the washi tape is not covering. And so this technique is kind of like a masking technique. It's a really nice technique to use. I've been doing it for eons. So right now, and then here I decided to go ahead and just not only just color it, but kind of make a design here in that blue area. So now that I've done that, I'm going to take the washi tape off, and you want to take this off carefully because you don't want to rip sometimes depending on what kind of washi tape it is, it can be too strong and it can actually rip your paper there. So you just want to take it off very carefully, and then as you can see, I'm removing the washi tape off pretty careful, and it's coming out with this awesome cool way of getting your line straight, and I love it. Look at that. It's pretty. I like that. And so now I'm going to get a stamp because I'm going to stamp documented here in between the lines because I wanted some words on here. And so I am putting this stamp on here and going to ink it up here with some of my VersaFine black ink, and I'm putting documented, and that's it. So that's the first card. Now the second card, I'm going to use this stencil here. I love doing this. I've been doing this forever, and I love it. I used to belong to a scrapbooking team, a design team where we had to make our own washies, and that looks just like a sun, doesn't it? I just love how that looks. It just looks like a great big sunburst. And anyway, so that's what I love doing with those stencils as well. So I not only do you can use texture paste on it, but you can also use your inks. So now I am going to stamp down here, and it says this day, and I'm also going to stamp a few journaling lines in the same color ink that I used to stamp this day on, and that's just that I could put a little bit of journaling on there just to give it a different look and things like that. So that card is not only just a placeholder, but it's also where I can put a little bit of journaling, and there you have it. So that one's done. Now this third card is going to have some flowers, and I used a wonky circle thingy here, and I'm using this stamp set. Is from Felicity Jane, and it's an older stamp set, so I'm going to be using that, and then I'm going to take the leaves that are on there and stamp those outside of those wonky circles so it gives it an appearance of it being a flower. And once I get finished with that, now I'm going to take I'm cleaning off something there. I'm going to stamp also on here using my VersaFine ink that says wow. And that's just a placeholder card. Now I'm using my stencil again, and I am taking my dabber and I'm going in between and doing these stars. Oh my gosh, this is another technique that I really love to do. And I'm glad that I was able to do this technique here. And it looks so pretty, you guys, once you're done with that and you finish making this. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to cover the space. And when I did that, I forgot I had ink on the stencil still, so I put a little boop on there. But it'll be all right for the most part. But look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. And that's pretty much what all I'm going to do with that one. So certain cards are going to, you'll be able to journal on them, and certain cards are just going to be placeholders, and that's just one of them right there. And I'm cleaning off my stencil right now to make sure that none of the ink dries on there. All right, and now I am making my second. Now that was a 4x6 card. Now I'm making my second 4x6 card, and I'm doing this technique, which I haven't done in forever. I'm going to stamp right in the center of the card, and then I'm going to get once I clean the stamp off, I'm going to get a solid circle here, and then you're going to see what I'm going to do with that. So I'm going to get a solid circle here in a different color. There's a solid circle. And now I'm going to start stamping on this one with some blue ink, making sure it's nice and solid and everything. And sometimes when you first use the stamp, it'll do just like that, and so that's why I'm going over these a second time there, as you can see. And I'm just placing these, circles just strategically on this 4x6 card. And I'm going to put one right there. And then I'm going to take my dauber and fill in that circle, it's the little missing ink area right there. So, and now this is the cool part, and I've done this before. I'm going to take my permanent pen and just make some wonky circles. Look at that. It's right over the ink, and it came out perfect. I love how that looks. Look at that. Yeah, this is a technique that I'm definitely going to continue to do, because I always forget to do this technique sometimes. So, and then that's it. That's how that looks. Isn't that cool? So that is my 2 4x6 cards and my 3x4 cards that I am done with. Alrighty, so here is my cards that I made here. So this one here is the 4x6 card, and I just stamped some ink with a solid stamp, and then I just did some wonky like circling here on this one. And that's the first one. The second one that I made. And this is the first one. I just did some stars. Had a nice little starry night. And I did have a little accident here. But for the most part, I really like how this turned out. I'm still going to use it. And then we're going to go to the 3x4 cards. And this is the first one here. It says, wow. And I made the little wonky circles here. I didn't make the circles, but I had a stamp, and then I just kind of made it look like a little offset flower there. And then this one is more for like if I wanted to journal, and I just put down here this day and then some lines for some journaling. I like how that came out. I used a stencil for this. Nice little starburst. And then this one here as well. This one says document, and what I did to get these lines straight was I just added the washi tape so that, it'll be straight. And then I just stamped documented 3 times. All right, so these are the 3 cards that I make for the 3x4, and then the 2 for the 4x6. So we're all done. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Have a great, wonderful day.